So what, Derek, do you, in your opinion, do you think humor did through this whole thing? Because she's had a great sense of humor. How do you think humor helped?
The funniest people on the planet, comedians, use real life, the pain and just real life to be fun. That's like the fuel for being human. Grandma does that.
Oh, God. My grandma's sense of humor. Where would I even begin to tell you about that?
She's got pretty far with it.
Yeah. Overall, I feel like she's kind of taught me to just laugh at everything. Because if you're not laughing, you're crying, and there's no fun in that.
Yeah. Yeah, she's always one to put a smile on your face, because that's what she likes to see. You can tell.
It's never a dull moment when you're around her, ever.
I said you can see porn in my room. You know, that movie that I've been watching.
I thought we were going to keep this godly.
Well, I still have to have a little black in my life. And everybody knows that I have a shady side.
So why is it that you like shame
Got porn in it.
No, the real reason why you watch it.
Because it's so hilarious.
And
It reminds me, actually, the dysfunction of the family reminds me of my family when I grew up. I'm just telling the truth, and you've been down there and seen a little bit of it, haven't you?
I know. I walked in there one time, I was very shocked. I was like, what in the hell are you watching down here?
And what did I say?
And you said, shameless.
I was so glad it was back on. Anyway, it's good, and if you get a chance, go ahead, Zach, and turn it on sometime. What's your girlfriend's name?
Divya.
Divya. Well, maybe you and Divya could watch it together.
This documentary has taken a turn.
That's taking a bad turn.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's been mentioning her sense of humor. Do you think that's one of the main things that's gotten her through all the, really tough times that she's had in her life?
Definitely. I think that's how she copes, is she just finds some morbid sense of humor, because she's been through so many traumatic things that you kind of have to have a morbid sense of humor in order to joke about it.
Sometimes our humor isn't probably socially acceptable as humor, but we deal with it however I guess you need to deal with it, but we a lot of the stuff we have to laugh at, and we have to joke about it, so we can. My mom would always say, if you're not going to laugh about it, you're going to cry about it, so which would you rather? And I choose laughing.
That has always kind of been a big deal for us, is whenever something hurt or something was not, you couldn't do anything about, if you didn't joke about it or you didn't talk about it in a joking manner, you couldn't deal with it. I learned to deal with a lot of things that way, and I still do.
I think that's probably the only way she got through her life, was being funny. It was because I don't know how you live through everything that she's lived through. I always was so grateful for her side of the family, because it seemed like there was so much dysfunction that there was function. It was like it united us, and I think that's what made her side of the family. Definitely there's still a lot of dysfunction that probably hinders like daily life, but I don't think, I don't know all of my 5th or 4th cousins' phone numbers or my aunts and uncles, but I feel confident knowing how much she has talked, has made sure that we all stayed connected, that I feel like I could call any one of her siblings, or there's her siblings, her nieces and nephews and all of that they wouldn't be like, oh, your grandma fires, grandchild, yeah, come on over, And I think that was just comforting. She taught us how family was so important, and you have to have that. You have to have that, some sort of unity, and you have to have humor. And with that, you can get through anything. So.